Man, that's good.
Mute.
Well, we're live. We made it.
Well, that's not it.
That's not it.
That's not it.
Refresh.
It's so weird.
Yeah, just refresh.
So weird to see all those random pictures.
Go to lives. It'll have one.
We're on live right now. That's not us.
Oh yeah. So
there we are.
There's gonna be there's George.
On the Facebook.
George, first one on there. What's up, George? Kermode, Silver Crane, trying and doing. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Woo! We made it. All right. So long week, but we're here. We're here now. Whoopi, Mrs. Whoopi, Saucin, Laura,
Yo.
What's up?
Hello. All right.
All right, so this is Lagunitas. I know what you're thinking, but it's not alcohol. Matter of fact, it says 0 everything on there. It's actually it's like sparkling hop water. So you get like a hoppy flavor, it's like if you put a glass of water in your empty beer bottle. It just kind of has like a hinge of it. It's kind of trippy. Anyhow, just different for the taste buds. What's up, Norma? Altruistic Tourist Studies. What's up, yo? Tristan Davis. What's up, brother? Sportfish Texoma.
All right.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. So got so far 17 of my favorite people are on here. It might get super weird tonight, guys. We don't know. We're gonna see what happens.
Don't judge my blinds, everybody.
Oh, that's probably what it
Don't
was.
judge. Did you put your do not
Oh,
disturb on?
that's so much better. I did not.
Large, medium, or small?
Schmedium, please.
Medium.
Schmedium.
Medium. Okay.
Make sure you use the heavy whipping cream, love.
Oh,
Did you bring the water bottles out of the truck?
Tell one of the boys to
Have
get it.
Josiah go get them for me, please. You can take a flashlight to them.
Shouldn't you tell Matthew to?
I don't know whoever, they're on the dresser. Thank you, baby.
Okay. I feel like Matthew.
Jennifer Lowe, what's up?
All right.
Yeah,
look at this.
Tristan, bro, it's
Pop out.
it's one of those things, homie. I didn't get in until like an hour. Like I've been here about an hour or less.
I don't do time.
Probably less than an hour. I've been home, and it's way past Shabbat.
It's
dark
been a
there.
week. I could use a super weird Sabbath hang.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if you want, just in honor of your hard week, I'll cuss at some people tonight.
Maybe we try to just biblically insult.
Oh, okay. I won't do that. What's
Tell
up?
them you hope their
Ben,
crops,
never
their
mind.
crops wither. We're gonna try. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Don't judge me.
I'm not judging you. Okay, I'm judging you. No, I'm just kidding.
Only a little bit.
Oh, Squatch from Canada says, hey.
It says hey. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Oh, it said hi. But
Oh, look at. Is that better?
you fixed it. You did it.
fixed.
Yeah, now people doesn't have to like glitch out on the other side of the cameras watching that crap all night.
We're like, pay attention, guys, to the Bible. Don't worry about the blinds, man.
Silver alert.
Old man.
Yeah. Oh, I love that shit. But I'm only 25.
Lies.
Yes, it is a religious chat.
Religion.
And if by religion you mean
Faith-based.
take care of widows and orphans, we do. Bro, this is about as party as I get. It's Lagunitas sparkling water with beer flavor.
No. We're deleting that. That's a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, wow, wow. Okay.
What's up, Hannah?
Alright, let's see here. I really want something to drink that's not water.
You want to try this?
Nope.
Try it.
Nope.
It's just bubbly, dude. It doesn't taste like
No,
anything.
I already did the other day.
Yeah, it's yummy. Drink it. It's not any worse than your salt water or your green drink thing that you drink all the time. For real.
Orange.
We're going to
It's
see what
orange
happens. So
bubbly water.
here's the thing. If, in fact, I say the words, it's going crazy. But I think we should probably nerd out with the word out. You guys know what I'm saying? Because it's been a week, man, and we need to
Me too, Tristan.
we need to eat.
My green drink is
Tristan had a rough week. Now
my green drink is
the pressure's coming.
chlorophyll drops in my water though.
Let's go to
Hey, party people. I would love to make this
somebody give me something to read.
mo better.
We're gonna read a little something on here. Oh, could we just read that whole thing? No, we can't read that whole
Well,
thing.
you know what, Ben? Never mind. We're gonna need to maybe get a hold of you because I think we have some friends out in your area that might be looking also.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh my gosh. What's funny is I look at where I'm at in my reading. I literally just finished that book.
Psalms 1.
You know what we should read? We should read
What's up, Tommy Luck?
1 Peter or 1 John.
What?
So we should read 1 Peter or 1 John.
You know, we're gonna read a bunch of stuff. I was thinking we could read
James.
Hosea 4. How about that?
What's that about?
It's fire. You want to read it?
What about that color shout?
Yeah, I want you to read it.
What? For the
Yeah.
whole thing?
Yeah, it's about half a page or so. We'll just read it out loud and then we'll watch the internet go crazy. Like, as soon as I said we're going to nerd out with the word out, all of a sudden the trolls started popping. So we'll see what happens.
Hear the word of Yahweh, you children of Israel, for Yahweh has a case against the inhabitants of the land. I have to slow down, sorry. For there is no truth or loving commitment or knowledge of Elohim in the land. Swearing and lying and murdering and stealing and committing adultery have increased. And bloodshed follows. Whoa, there's bloodshed.
Okay, keep reading. Like, I was trying to tell him, he got all close to it, and I was like, hey, be careful. And as soon as he turns, he still kicked it. I was like, okay, keep reading.
Therefore the land mourns, and everyone living there languishes, and with the beasts of the field and the birds of the heavens, and the fish of the sea are taken away. However, let no one strive or reprove another, for your people are like those striving with the priest. And you shall stumble in the day, and the prophet shall also stumble with you in the night. And I shall make your mother perish. My people have perished for lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, I reject you from being priest for me. Since you have forgotten the Torah of your Elohim, I also forget your children. As they were increased, so they sinned against me. My esteem they have changed into shame. They eat...
Heavy whipping cream?
Is that hot or
Cheers.
cold?
It's cold.
Oh, it has ice.
I didn't need the ice, but thank you, love. Appreciate it. That was a nice touch. Shabbat shalom, baby.
Love you. Shabbat shalom. Can I have a small cup?
No! It's nighttime.
No, you can't party with the big boys yet.
No, ma'am. Don't even.
You're fine.
As they increased, so they sinned against me. My esteem they had changed into shame.
Did you read my people perish from a
Mhm.
lack of knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They eat the sin of my people and lift up their desire to their crookedness. And it shall be like people, like priests. And I shall punish them for their ways and reward them for their deeds. They shall eat but not be satisfied. They shall whore but not increase. For they have stopped obeying Yahuwah. Whoring and wine and new wine enslave the heart. My people ask from their wood, and their staff declares to them. For a spirit of whorings has led them astray, and they went whoring from under their Elohim. Mind you, when it talks about whoring, it's talking about serving other gods and walking away from your husband. It has to do with, like, he's a jealous God, right?
I got self-conscious. Somebody said I need to comb my beard.
No, you're a man.
Honestly, guys, it's got so much man glitter and dirt in it right now that if I brushed it, I would
Pretty much
just
concrete.
I would just rip a bunch of hair out. And you know what? All I did when I didn't take a shower. I washed my face and my hands and brushed my teeth.
Put the cap back on.
And
I know you hate
changed
it
my
when I leave
clothes.
the lights
That's
on.
all I did. I didn't do anything because I was yucky. Yuck.
Do we want to keep reading or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Did you make it through?
No.
Oh,
Here.
make it through. Yeah.
They slaughter on the mountain tops and burn incense on the hills under oak and poplars and terebinth, because its shade is good. Therefore your daughters commit whoring and your brides commit adultery. I would not punish your daughters when they commit whoring, nor your brides when they commit adultery, for the men themselves go aside with whores and slaughter with cult prostitutes. A people that do not understand are thrust down. Though you are a whore, Israel, let not Judah become guilty. Do not come up to Gilgal, nor go up to Beth Awen, nor swear an oath saying, as Yahuwah lives. For Israel is stubborn, like a stubborn calf. Would Yahuwah now feed them like a lamb in a broad place? Ephraim is joined to idols, let him alone. Their drink is sour, they have whored continually. Her rulers wildly loved shame. A wind has bound her up in its wings, and they are ashamed because of their slaughterings. Cheerio.
Thank you. All right, now that we've started with some word up.
Was Timothy an evangelist? I think he was.
What I mean, in
Timothy,
modern days
the
term,
book of Timothy was written by Paul, but Timothy was like one of Paul's disciples, pretty much. Like he was.
they
being
partied
trained
together.
by Paul.
Yeah, so for sure, until he got smoked. Smoked.
Hold on, let me see. Let me see here.
You know
I
it's
feel
weird.
like let's read this.
Let's read it. Send it, babe. Send it.
No, because if you want to talk, we could talk. But I was thinking.
What's
we
up,
should
Striker
just read it.
Cade? My dude. I miss your face, homie. I just want you to know that I finally got the washer and dryer off the porch.
Last week. Sorry, I haven't really seen the chat. No, we're good. Okay. Oh, he's gonna be out there the 26th. Where for Hawaii? What are you
Where do
doing?
fish keep their money?
When's Thanksgiving?
Dang it. I know it's going to be funny.
We need to know the answer now, though.
I need to know it's probably... Riverbank. Word!
Oh my
Good job,
gosh.
Chris. I
Okay.
love it. All right. That's a good dad joke. Right on. I dig it. Welcome. Dang, man.
Oh, this is the one we should read.
I love that.
The whole page is highlighted. Like literally the whole page is highlighted.
Oh, it's fire then, huh?
I think so. Because I remember messaging Rachel and be like, you need to read 2 Peter.
Okay, read 2 Peter chapter 2.
No, let's read the whole thing. Because it's 3 chapters.
Okay.
It's good. It's really
I'm
good.
not that patient, but yes.
We'll just go back to this if we get bored in conversation. We
Okay.
can conversate, and then if
Okay.
we get bored, we'll just resort back to this.
Okay, I'm with it. Let's do
Because
it.
there's a lot of training in the New Testament that people don't like also. So I feel like we should at least, don't even talk about the Old Testament stuff until they're able to look at the New Testament stuff as guidance. Which most people are
So
not.
we're like whole Bible believers, which is like really weird for most Christian people. But if you know that Jesus didn't sin, you still gotta find out what the Bible says sin is, and then not do those things. And you actually have to really study it to like
obedience is the goal. That's
Yeah.
what, if we love him and we're like, oh, thank you, like
Yeah.
the next
Like,
step
what-
should be
like-
like, what do I do?
Well,
And then he shows you.
What's he say? He goes, if you love me, keep my commandments, right? And like him and the Father are one. So like the same commandments in the beginning of the book are the same commandments now. And they're like, wait, but that was for the Jews. No, it was for the Jews too, but not just the Jews. And people really get wrapped around the axles on that, and they like, oh, that's nonsense. You know what Paul says this, but I could show people over and over a bunch of verses in here that contradict the way that people try to comprehend what Paul's saying. But like, that's a long story. We'll get into it in a minute, I'm sure. All right, send it.
Okay. Simon Peter, a slave and emissary of Messiah Yeshua, to those who have received a faith equal to ours through the righteousness of our God and Savior Messiah Yeshua. May grace and shalom be multiplied to you in the knowledge of God and of Yeshua our Lord. His divine power has given us everything we need for life and godliness through the knowledge of him who called us to be his own, or called us by his own glory and virtue. Through these things he has given us his precious and magnificent promises, so that through them you may become partakers of the divine nature, since you have escaped the corruption that evil desires have brought into the world. Now for this very reason, making every effort, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue. So to me this sounds like a step stool, right? So you start with faith,
Yep.
then you add virtue, then knowledge, then self-control, then patience and godliness, right? So it says, now for this very reason, making every effort, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge, and to knowledge self-control, and to self-control patience, and to patience godliness, and to godliness brotherly love.
Pause. Yes, John, but he also said that we're supposed to keep the whole law. And we're supposed to teach people. We're supposed to do it and teach people to do it.
Also, what he's saying is that every one of the law and the prophets
Yeah, he's summing
can be
it up.
filed under loving God and loving your neighbor. It
That's
doesn't
like-
mean one or the other.
Yeah, it's like you can't say there's only 2 commandments because everybody can agree too that the 10 commandments are still valid today too. If they're not valid, then that's weird, right? And they either they're valid or they're not, right? And so I think like yes, there's 613, but a bunch of those are for Levitical priests, which don't apply to us. And also, there's no temple. We're not going to be sacrificed anything because he's obviously our sin sacrifice, so we've already been atoned for. But there would be free will offerings if there was a temple, or guilt offerings. There'd be all kinds of stuff that could still technically happen. And I know it sounds weird, but if I give you, I could give you a bunch, but I'll give you one in Revelations right now, like all the way at the end of the book. So you can read it for yourself. If you got a Bible, please read it for yourself, because I don't want you to just take my word on it. I just want to show you the context. There's more there. And Revelations 14:12, and here's the endurance of the saints, those guarding the commands of God and having their belief in Yeshua Messiah, or Jesus, right? So if they're guarding the commands, right? And we know Jesus kept all the commands. He had to have, otherwise he would have sinned. So he kept the law perfectly, which is really, and we're not messianic. I know it's probably the only thing that you can relatable.
We do believe in Messiah. Messianic would cover like Messianic Jews. Like they're Jews who believe in the Messiah.
Yeah, but also messianic
Comes with the tradition.
whole bunch of traditions that we don't do because they're not biblical. It's not that they're wrong, but a lot of traditions, especially with the Sadducees and the Pharisees, they're man-made tradition and they're man-made doctrine, right? So Judaism is the rabbinical teachings, and they hold the rabbinical teachings above the commandments, and
Or
that's
even
what
equal to.
and that's what Jesus was railing against. He's like, "Hey, I see you hold strong to the tradition of men, but
Leave
not
aside
the commandments of
commandments
God."
Yeah.
And it's like, so he's saying like, and all of it really matters. So like in the commands, if your heart condition's not right, it's not, you're not gonna get it. So, but all the way in Revelations, they're still keeping the commands, and they have the testimony of Yeshua. So it's not.
We actually wouldn't fit in a Christian church, and we wouldn't fit in a Jewish synagogue, or even I mean, we could probably fit in a Messianic synagogue, but we don't do all the traditions, so we probably would be.
Here's the thing.
Corrected.
If I went to the Messianic thing, they would. So I wear what's called tzitzits in the Bible. They're called tassels. So that's what the hem of his garment. When the lady was leaking and she couldn't stop bleeding, she touched the hem of his garment, which was his tassel. That's where they wore their tassels. If I was wearing my tassels on my belt loops and I went to a Messianic place, most of them would say that I'm wrong, and that I can't wear it. It's got to be on a four-cornered garment. It says to wear them on the four corners of your garment. But because we don't wear four-corner garments, it's really more about wearing them so that because the commandment for the tassels is remember to wear these so that you remember the commandments and to do them. That's really what they're for. They're to remind you who you are and what you're supposed to be doing.
But if he went to a Messianic congregation, he would be corrected because he was wearing his tassels on his belt loops and not on a talit.
Yeah, a talit, which is an undergarment that has four corners. And
so like it comes down to like the man-made tradition stuff, right? Like to each their own, you know? You could follow tradition if you want, do it. Like everybody has traditions, but for us, like, don't hold me to your tradition. You don't hold me to it. Like, don't judge me because I don't participate in your traditions, kind of. Also, we do not eat pork. We already said that. Okay. Judaism believes Jesus is idol worship and a false prophet. Yeah, so does Muslim.
Yep, so do Muslims do too. But like, here's the thing: if you read, so like, this is why you can't just read the New Testament and that's it. You're good to go. If you just have the New Testament, you're good to go. That's so false. That's a false doctrine, and the reason is. How do you know Jesus is the Messiah? Because people told you that he did all these wonderful miracles? That's one witness. But the real witness is that when he came, what was prophesied about him to come, he fulfilled, I think it was like 312 prophecies in the Old Testament. So you don't even know it's him until you realize that in the prophets, way back here, it talks about him and what he's going to do, and even talks about his second coming. And I think that that's really, really important for people to get. Is like, you got to be able to identify, is he the Messiah? Well, how do you know? Well, because it says so here, and then you see him walk it out here. I'm not saying you can't believe if you don't see that. You can. But I'm saying, like, it really shows you in the Gospels his walk and what that actually how much depth there was to it, because it's not like a light thing. It's not like, oh yeah, he was really cool, he healed people.
Don't spam the chat, please.
You know, so it's
Kim, I actually do not wear tzitzit. I kind of interpret that as like the sons of Israel. Not necessarily the children, the people, but the sons.
It wouldn't be wrong for her to wear them.
Yeah, I could wear them. To me, I think it's more for him. But I know I got almost the same. I'm torn between the head covering thing, right? I can get too, what's the word? Legalistic, I guess, about it. And so that, like, it changes my heart condition when I, like, from doing it out of earnest desire and believing it helps to like doing it like and then getting resentful and like having all this weird. So anyways, to me, I have the same effect that the men have with the people, right? To remember to keep the commandments. To me, when I would wear the head covering out in public, I remember feeling like it would be like a reminder, a constant reminder of like how I'm presenting myself as a person of Yah, you know?
And also, like, it for us, if you're doing like Hebrew Bible stuff, for us, if a woman has a head covering on, usually for me, it's an indicator that she has like a head. She has a covering, like she's married, and so she's covering that up because it's just for him to be able to see that. That's their thing, and I love it. What's up, Egarega Farms? Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah, we've been all back and forth on that. Like, to
Yeah.
me, like, if a man was
Personal
wearing
conversation, word,
Oh, is that for us?
probably.
Oh.
And I'll be honest with you, I think it's important that she wears them too, but I don't want her to wear them if she's torn about it. I want her to have a conviction. I mean, and I could just be like, hey, you're going to wear these, which I can do.
Well, I remember, personal conversation probably, but
Yeah, so.
Well, I mean, for the sake of, at one point when I was feeling convicted, I remember feeling like everything I was trying wouldn't stay on, and my hair started falling out because of how I was wearing them.
Yeah.
And I was getting really frustrated, and I remember just having this moment
Conviction.
of like, do I
Personal conviction.
do I
There you
feel
go.
like God doesn't hear me if I don't have a head covering on? No. Do people in the world see a head covering and think that I'm married? Does it affect their view on if I have a head? No.
No.
Like, to me it was like, and then it was like, the woman's hair is, there's so many things that I felt like my hair was falling out. You know what I mean? And I wore it for a time because I was coming out of a very, like, seductive lifestyle.
Yeah.
And so to me, going and fellowshipping with other people was definitely like I needed to keep that covered, right? I didn't want to have any kind of temptation or whatever. I didn't want to be a stumbling block for anybody. And then at some point it was like, it's hair, you know? Like, it's not stripper hair being all seductive, being used as a tool. It's just hair. Everybody has hair.
Definitely not door knocking people. Definitely not bagel people.
This person has put that in like 5 times in the chat.
Justin's just spamming the chat. Okay. Well, so we got an answer, so now you can't say it anymore.
Yeah, definitely not a hijab. It's just like I mean, I could even wear like a little headband. I don't really care. To me, it's just more about a symbol, right? But like wearing my hair up, having the whole thing wrapped, like it's all personal conviction. Like I said, when I was wearing it before I asked him, he was like, I don't really care, you know, I like it, but do what you want. And I just, you know, but I do know that I felt different when I was wearing it out in public. So that should be enough. That should be conviction probably enough.
Dude, this coffee's on a hit right now.
I can't believe you drink coffee right now.
Oh, Rhodes. It's good. So I'm on a diet. Carnivore mostly. And I do like maybe one cheat meal a week. And I say cheat meal, it's like I'll add something once a week. And so what I got in here was like a little splash of some organic homemade syrup. Just a little splash of my coffee, just to sweeten it up because I'm not doing really any carbs or anything.
Jonathan, I don't know if that's true. I've heard it. I don't know if it's true. Is it true that in India they wipe with their hands?
Some Jews do.
Totally separate question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was reading another question and it
my
sounded like
bad.
you were answering that, which was terrible.
My bad. Go ahead, said.
Gosh.
What was the question?
Is it true that in India they wipe with their hands so that it's an insult to offer that hand for a handshake? And you said some Jews do. I was like, he doesn't hear it.
So.
No, Jews do not worship, Messianic Jews.
So some that are not even Messianic. Some that just came into Christianity that are not Messianic.
Yeah.
So yes, some Jews do.
But like all the people that Yeshua came and talked to and led were Jews. They were from Judah. And they came to him.
Saucin', you're a savage.
So like Jesus was a Jew, Paul was a Jew, freaking Peter.
What's up, sober
they were
party?
all Jewish. So yes, Jews do worship Jesus, but not what you would call Jews today. I would say once they turn to Messiah, there's usually a new name, new title that people try to give them.
I lost 5 pounds in the last couple of weeks, which is great. But also, it's weird because I'm not doing carbs or gluten or anything.
Take it back, Tristan. I'm deleting that. We're not even putting that out there.
What?
You got it. I mean, it's good. I feel like I don't want that there.
Okay.
For his sake. I'm just like, take it back! I don't want to delete it.
Oh, yeah. You can't delete it. It's fine. Anyhow, so I'm doing mostly protein, but it's weird because I'm hardly ever hungry, which is awesome when you're on a diet and you're hardly ever hungry. Technically, on carnivore, you can eat as much protein as you want, but like I'll eat like a can of chicken for lunch, and I'm good. Like that's it. That's all I eat, and I'm way good. And then I had two chicken tacos for dinner, which is crazy. I'm not eating the shells, but she made me cheese shells. So she fried up some cheese and then turned them into shells for me. So that's why I say carnivore-ish, because I'm still doing a little bit of eggs and cheese. But yeah, I'm doing great. My belt is already, my waistline's got smaller. I didn't lose a bunch of weight, but I'm like shrinking down. It's really weird. And I'm doing a gallon of water every day, or trying to at least. I get pretty close most days. Sometimes I go over, sometimes I go under. But it's been good. I feel good. I'm still heavy as hell, but it's working. So I'm gonna keep doing it for a while, as long as I can afford to do it.
Afford to do it.
Afford to do it. Yee.
All right. Hello. Arrow.
Yeah. You sidetracked me.
My brain wanted to make sure that wasn't your friend. Or maybe I'm tripping. Cheese chips are the best. Yeah, we made... Oh, you already said that. That's why this is being brought up.
Yeah.
Tortillas.
Yeah.
We don't really know what we're talking about tonight.
We're talking about all kinds of nonsense. Diets, the Bible, work week, my beard.
For sure, the beard. When I swapped to carnivore, my energy levels evened out so much. No more crashes at all. I also eliminated caffeine, which helped with the evening out. That's,
So,
you know.
I've been patching too during the week, which has been good. What I noticed about doing the X39 patches is that usually at about, and my energy levels have changed too in the afternoon. So usually about between like between 3 and 4, I start crashing really hard, and I'm like, no, my bandwidth's done, my brain's done, I got no more energy. That's it, right? And lately, it's not been that way. Lately, I've been pretty good. Yeah, I've been not really tired in the evenings until I am tired, and then it's just like a light switch, and it's night time.
Sheila, your post today cracked me up. I don't know if you saw my response. Am I allowed to? I don't know. Oh, it freaking cracked me up. I don't know if I'm allowed to share it because you're your own person.
Yeah.
That cracked me up. I don't know if you saw my comment, but it fit perfectly. Perfectly. With
Drink
what
more
the
water,
doctors-
Sheila.
With
Drink
what
more
the doctors
water.
recommended.
Yeah, if you're not drinking, then drink
it.
more water, and it'll keep you from being hungry all the time. Try to drink a gallon a day.
Here, you gotta see what she posted.
I know that you'll probably have to pee a whole bunch, but
Where is it?
you'll be all right. I pee like 900 times a day, it seems like.
Look. I shared the doctor's opinion.
I can't right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't right now.
Anyways, sorry.
Okay,
Trying to-
another time.
Okay. It cracked me up though. It was perfect.
Yeah, so I got like, so I'm a contractor and I wear my construction bags, and I haven't been able to get
Nathan Henderson.
since the whole time I've had these bags, I've only been able to get them on the very last loop, and today I got them on the second loop with room to spare, which was impressive. So yeah, that's cool.
Let me see. Yeah, you were talking about eating sweets after you stopped drinking. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know it's not the name of the inventor of those, so I don't know who you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. That's not the person who invented
Chicken
them.
Farmer Plus, what's up, broski?
I also don't know who that is.
That's good.
Um,
Nathan, he says, build stuff. Yeah, I got pretty far this week. Not quite as far as I wanted to get, but I almost hit my mark. And here's the deal: I only really had like 2.5 days to do it because I was doing, I was helping out doing some role playing for Refuge Medical's Train the Trainer, and that was a treat. It was really, really, really good class.
I think that was the first drink of water I've had all day, just FYI.
Really?
Pretty sure. I think I had like 4 coffees. and I
Shame
think
on
that
you.
is
You
the
need to
first drink
repent.
of
Chug
water.
that thing.
No, because I don't have to pee. No, I'll be too dehydrated. Even if I chugged water right now, I still wouldn't have to pee.
Ah, thanks, bro.
Um,
Yeah, I had a blast. You know, it's funny because every time I've done the classes with the guys, and I've done a bunch of them. I've done some in, I don't know, like Wyoming, or maybe it wasn't Wyoming. I don't remember. I've done a bunch in a bunch of different states. Most of them here in Oklahoma, like the night responder, wilderness responder, um, that I either came and helped out on or role played or something, one way or another, and then a bunch of the 1, 2, and 3s in class, and at least the second train the trainer. I only popped in on the first one, like right at the end, but man, talk about a lot of just really good information, man.
What's your opinion on some religions that say drinking beer is a sin? Is this legalistic? If it doesn't say that, it says don't be drunk in the Bible, but
Yeah.
multiple times alcohol was approvable.
So
Mm.
did Jesus drink wine? And is
Jesus.
wine and beer much different? Just saying.
Hold on, let's read this
Can
really
you
quick.
please-
Hold on. Let me just read this because I think it's hilarious because it's in the Bible. Matthew 11. Okay, please hold.
I would say, yeah, if you can't drink beer, that's legalistic.
Matthew
To
11.
answer your question directly.
Eh. Yeah, they're adding. Yeah, that's it. Matthew 11. 19 question mark? For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say he has a demon. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, look, a glutton and a drunkard, a friend of tax collectors and sinners. So yes, Jesus drank, and it's fine. If you can manage your drinking, do that. But it says, do not be controlled by anything. So if you cannot control it, and if you lose your ability to have discernment and conviction and connection when you are drunk, and you can't stop getting drunk, then don't drink. But to say everybody's not allowed to drink,
That's not what the word says.
mm-hmm.
I mean, heck, one of the offerings that you make at the temple is like a bunch of wine.
Yeah.
So I would say it's probably good to go.
Let me see. A lot of us are new to your vlog. What's your message to new viewers, please? Read the Bible.
Yeah, read the Bible, do what it says. Don't listen to
People.
don't
yeah.
listen to doctrine, people's ideas or interpretations. Just read it and do what it says. To the best of your ability.
Surrender your life to Yeshua. Accept his offering that he made for you. Walk with him. Learn from him. Read the word. Do what it says.
Yeah.
And have a personal relationship with him outside of what people say that that's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything in excess is abuse. Yeah, it's definitely not self-control if we cannot control it, right? One of the fruits of the Spirit is self-control. So to me, the opposite of the fruits of the Spirit is works of the flesh. So if something has control of us and we don't have self-control, that means we are operating in the flesh with that thing.
Is she your daughter? We got one.
There we go.
If we were playing the drinking game, it's gonna be Beards and is she your daughter?
Listen, sober party. I totally thought that said shalom autistic. And I was like,
Hi.
shalom. Yeah, self-control is always growing through the Spirit. That's right.
That's right.
Nathan, that's totally not a new one. Is she your daughter? Is that what you're talking about? Because that's
Dude,
one of our.
that
That's
is
one of the.
that is a repeat offender comment.
You know what, Ben? Never mind.
Lagunitas.
It's
water.
zero alcohol.
Zero.
It's like fuzzy water with orange flavoring.
No, it's like fuzzy water with like some hop flavoring in the background.
Donuts were a mandatory for our Shabbat. Like every week we'd get donuts, but what would happen is we'd buy 12 of them. I'd let the kids have like one each, and then he would get like one or two, and then I would eat the rest, and then I would end up sick.
Mm-hmm.
So self-control is a no-go on the donuts for me, and I
Beard
stopped
oil?
buying them.
Maybe. I am rocking a pretty good beard, but I'm not the only one rocking pretty good beard. Actually, it's kind of...
Most men of Yah are rocking pretty good beards, is all I'm saying.
I'll be honest with you, this thing...
No judgment if you're not.
It needs a makeover. It's like... It's in the dirty yellow phase. I might have to get some of that. What's that? Where you like wash your beard or your gray hair with the bleach out where it like makes it really white?
Bleach?
No. It's like some kind of, it's like blue. I don't remember what it is.
Oh, purple shampoo?
Yeah, it makes your white really white. Yeah.
Bunch of us beardos around. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. I have a question concerning divorce out of marriage. Example 1. Let's say a person married someone not blessed by God. You divorce them, right? How is this view from the Holy Bible?
Wait, what? Read it again, because I'm pretty sure you don't divorce them if they're not.
Yeah, you don't get to leave somebody that was. It says that they are made holy by you. They're
Also.
You told me this verse. What is it? The spouse is made
It has a covering.
made holy by you or something like that. Otherwise, your children would be unclean.
Yeah. So here's the deal: if you got one believer and one unbeliever in a marriage, they're still married because the believer is a believer. It makes it a thing, and so
there's a part about don't leave your unbelieving spouse unless they choose to leave. If they choose
if they're
to leave,
willing
let
to
them.
stay with you, even if they're an unbeliever, then let them stay. And that's the thing. Is like I prayed for 5 years, a lot that she would know him, and eventually it happened. And it was worth it. That's it.
He's saying okay, so what it says is what God put together, let man not separate.
Yeah.
Not what God did not bless, and how do we know if that person was blessed in it or whatever. It says what God joined, let man not separate.
Yeah. Well, if one's a believer, then the Father was there.
And if there's a covenant made between you two and God, right? No matter who that is, you guys all we usually in our vows have some sort of commitment between us and God, right? So if they choose to leave you, that's totally, whatever, but you should not leave.
The non-believer has to choose to stay. That is right.
I have seen a lot of miraculous things happen when people choose to stay. Are all marriages from Yah? I mean, if you're in a covenant with somebody and you go outside that covenant.
No, they're not.
But he can.
Not all marriages are not from Yah.
But he can. What is it? Do good. What is it? He can use all things for the good, right? So if you're called.
Hey, listen. There's
can
lots
use
of
it for
people
good.
that get married, that are not supposed to be married. There's believers that get married, unbelievers that get married. It does not all mean that it is.
Honestly, we were
Good.
married outside. Like, he was a believer, but he wasn't really walking in it. You would never know by talking to him or hanging out with him ever that he was a believer. Like, he claimed Jesus' name. I had no idea that he was like.
I wore a cross too.
It doesn't mean any. I know, but I'm saying that doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't
your
really.
actions were not that of a believer, and then
Some of them were.
we were totally in a worldly relationship.
Hey, so what's funny is I kept, when we were naming the kids, I kept leaning into these names that were biblical, and she didn't know that's what I was doing, but that's what I was doing.
I don't don't know if you.
I
We
was.
named Josiah after a friend named Josiah. We
but-
named Matthew after my brother Matthew.
But they were biblical names, which is why I was okay with it.
Yeah, they were all named after people. That was what I'm saying.
Yeah. But they were biblical names. That's why I was cool with it.
If she refuses to honor God's law, does God still want this unit over divorcing them? For sure. I wish that I could explain how much God can do in a relationship when one person is walking with him, even if the other person's not, and the other person is faithful and walks with Yah and tries to lead and grows and changes. If you're coming to God's Torah and you're like, you have to do this, right? Like,
Yes.
a worldly woman
hold
is
on.
not going to care.
So we got to answer the question though, because although it's a tough situation, just because your spouse is not a believer and does all the worldly, ungodly things, which most believers do, even believers do things that you're not supposed to do according to the word.
It's all a
We all fall
process.
short. So, if you're like looking for a way out because they're not godly, you can't if you're already married,
Yeah.
unless they cheat on you or they just want to leave. Then it's whatever, But you can't bounce if you're a believer. That's just the way it is.
If any woman has a husband who is not a believer and he agrees to leave with her, she must not divorce him. For the unbelieving husband is made holy through the wife, and the unbelieving wife is made holy through her husband. Otherwise your children would be unclean, but now they are holy. But if the unbeliever separates, let him be separated. The brother or the sister is not bound in such cases, but God has called you to peace.
Yeah.
For how do you know if you will save wife whether you will save your husband, or how do you know husband whether you will save your wife?
Aha. So that's what it says, but here's the deal. Cheating is if they physically have sex with somebody else. That's what cheating is, to clarify. If they commit adultery.
And honestly, if you are in the world, you're like, the goal is to be a light, for her to see change in you, to see you handling situations different. The goal is not to take a worldly person and try to make them obedient to a spiritual standard if they don't believe in that.
And there's different levels of understanding and depth that we could get into on this subject. I just do the basics. And
there's a lot, like, growing together. Growing together is a whole different world. Like, we were very worldly, came into faith, Christianity status, still pretty worldly, came into Torah, and our relationship has completely changed. Like, it is a completely different. Honestly, adultery, I would say, is biblically, by the word of the Torah, is being with somebody else's spouse. I agree with that. Chicken Farmer Plus. I think that that's a hard truth for people.
Yeah.
I agree with that. No, porn does not count for divorce.
No, porn does not count. Lusting with your eyes.
Yeah,
and
but
the
also,
actual
like,
act.
that is to prove. When he
It's
says lusting
about
with
heart
your eyes,
condition.
yeah.
It's about heart condition, and are you committing the sin? Yes, but you're actually sinning against yourself or the Father, but you're not physically doing it, so you're not actually sinning against your spouse.
I don't know which verse you're talking about.
That's
Link.
my interpretation, and I could be wrong.
Link, what verse are you talking about? Because I don't know if that's actually a verse.
Yeah. So, yeah, we need a verse for that one. Where's the verse where it says that he has to bless it for it to be like sanctified, or it has to be a thing? Yeah, if you don't have a verse for that, then it's just something you heard somewhere, and that's not necessarily biblical truth.
So when Yeshua says, like, if you even look at a woman lustfully, you've already committed adultery in your heart, what he's trying to show you is that, like,
Your heart condition.
he's trying to reveal to you the change that has to happen. You could physically avoid somebody, but if you're lusting after people, it still is building up, right? That feeling will eventually lead into physical cheating. Also, like, if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off. So are you gonna cut your hand off, right? Or are you getting the point of, like, he's trying to emphasize that it's more than just doing this. It's actually being sanctified. It's actually having a circumcision of the heart. It's actually about allowing the Spirit to change you from the inside out, not just avoid the things. If you're lusting, you need to check your heart condition, right? And there's usually signs, right? It's like, oh, I've been far away from the Word. Oh, I haven't been with my spouse in a while. Oh, I haven't, like, I've been watching these shows. There's usually triggers where you can recognize, like, if you're lusting again.
The point of Messiah, Yeshua, saying, if you lust in your heart, you're already committing it. It's because if you're that sideways in your walk, in your spiritual condition, that you're actually looking in lust, like, oh man, I wish I could, whatever it is. Or I would totally, like really, really with like your being. He's saying that you're messed up already. Your heart is not in the right place. And
Link, I don't know which verse you're talking about. I don't think that's in the Bible.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know where maybe are you Catholic? You might be Catholic or something?
Hold on. So, Link, if you've got a Bible verse, then put the Bible verse. If you don't actually know where that verse is that you're trying to claim, find it. You can do a quick Google search and come back in the chat and put it in there if you can find it and read it in your own Bible. But I don't think that's a verse, and I don't think if you did find one, I don't think the context of what it was saying would be quite lining up.
Or the version of the Bible that you're reading.
Possibly.
Chicken Farmer Plus, he is talking about coveting. So when he's talking about don't even lust after a woman, he's talking about coveting somebody else's possessions. Yeah.
Yes.
And like if your marriage is sick, right? It's gonna cause symptoms, but usually the marriage is sick because it needs more God, right? But there's never going to be one person that's going to run out of stuff that they can do to do better in their own walk. So if you decide, I've done everything right, I've done everything perfect, I'm going to probably go ahead and confidently say that that's not true. You haven't done everything right. There's probably a lot of stuff that needs to get worked out and I'm not saying like it's your fault. I'm saying we will never run out of stuff to do to work on our own being a better spouse, no matter what the other person is doing, because we can never control what the other person is doing. What we can control is what we are doing and what we're focusing on and what we're striving for.
Are you mad because I'm doing this right now?
I'm not mad. What? Just touching it. Well, I'm touching it. I'm glitching, is all. Can't see the screen is what's happening.
That's weird. How do you have 179 subscribers and no videos? People don't want to be together.
No, I don't recommend that at all. I think the world teaches you that you could just be like, bye. And then he's like, why did Moses say that we could just sign him with a certificate of divorce?
Too, brother.
He said, because of your hardness of hearts. But what God put together, let man not separate. I'm asking the two of you, when people fornicate and a child is born from sin, but they go forward into a marriage on the ground of honoring God's law, is this union damned? I can't find an answer. No.
No, it's
Everybody,
not damned.
as soon as you turn your life to Yeshua, everything is erased.
Can he not redeem you in sin? Isn't that
reconcile everything that's out, and like the more we learn and transform.
Even if one person in that marriage, repents it matters. Even if one turns to the Father, it matters.
What is the Bible that gives you translation for words? Blue Letter Bible.
Yeah, or e-sword.
Woe to those call evil good and good evil.
Jeez Louise.
Know what I'm saying?
Well, what do we got next? What's next?
2 Peter. Continue reading 2 Peter. Okay? If I can find it. Oh no, where is it? Oh, there it is. For if these qualities, virtue,
Hold on.
knowledge,
You got,
self-control, patience, godliness, what?
just keep reading.
If these qualities are in you and increasing, they keep you from becoming idle and unfruitful in the knowledge of our Lord Yeshua the Messiah. But anyone who lacks these qualities is blind, nearsighted, because he has forgotten his cleansing from past sins. Therefore, brothers and sisters, make all the more effort to make your calling and election certain. For if you keep doing these things, you will never stumble. These things, meaning increase in virtue, knowledge, self-control, patience, godliness, brotherly love, right?
Yeah.
Keep these increasing.
Yeah.
You will never stumble. For in this way, entry into the eternal kingdom of the Lord and Savior, Messiah Yeshua, will be richly provided for you. Therefore, I intend to keep reminding you of these things, even though you know them and are well grounded in the truth that you have. I think it is right to stir you up with a reminder as long as I remain alive in this tent of a body, knowing that my death is soon, as our Lord Yeshua the Messiah has made clear to me. And I will make every effort for you to always remember these things even after my departure. For we did not follow cleverly concocted tales when we made known to you the power and coming of our Lord Yeshua Messiah, but we were eyewitnesses of his majesty. For when he received honor and glory from God the Father, a voice came to him from the majestic glory, "This is my Son, whom I love, and with whom I am well pleased." And we ourselves heard this voice come out of heaven when we were with him on the holy mountain. Furthermore, we have the reliable prophetic word. You do well by paying attention to it, as to a lamp shining in a dark place, until the day dawns and the morning star arises in your heart. So read the prophets. Above all, understand this: no prophecy of Scripture comes about from a person's own interpretation. For no prophecy was ever brought forth by human will, rather spoke from God as they were moved by the Holy Spirit. But false prophets also arose among the people, just as there will also be false teachers among you. They will secretly bring in destructive heresies. They will even deny the master who bought them, bringing swift destruction upon themselves. Many will follow their immoral ways, and as a result, the way of the truth will be malaligned. In their greed, they will exploit you with false words. This is literally describing, like, it sounds like the straight megachurch land right now. In their greed, they will exploit you with false words. Their judgment from long ago is not idle, and their destruction does not slumber. For God did not spare the angels when they sinned, but threw them into Sheol. He put them in chains of gloomy darkness to be held until the judgment. He did not spare the ancient world. He preserved only Noah, a proclaimer of righteousness, along with 7 others when he brought a flood upon the world of the ungodly. He devastated the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, reducing them to ashes, making them an example of what is going to happen to the ungodly. He rescued Lot, a righteous man deeply troubled by the shameless immorality of the wicked. For that righteous man, while living among them, was tormented in his righteous soul day after day by lawless deeds he saw and heard. Therefore, the Lord certainly knows how to rescue the godly from trials, and how to keep the unrighteous being punished until the day of judgment, especially those who follow after the flesh in its unclean desires, and who despise the Lord's authority. Brazen and arrogant, these people do not tremble while slandering glorious beings.
We're going to pray for Dan really quick, okay?
Okay.
So Dan's struggling. He was married for 28 years, and she's back in the same congregation, and doesn't want to talk to him, and it's really difficult. So we're gonna ask for peace and for wisdom and discernment for Dan. Father Yahweh, we just come to you right now, and we just we lift Dan up to you, and we know that that is a almost unbearable situation to try to be somewhere fellowshipping and trying to figure out who you are and do something that we feel is right, and to have something that has been a pain in our side that hurts our spirit. And you know the situation much more than we do, so we just ask that Dan can receive your peace and wisdom and discernment on how to carry himself. And we ask these things in Yeshua's name. Amen.
Amen. If it's one-sided, nothing you do or bring her to God's laws and refuses to honor it. I'm sorry for this, but I've searched on YouTube, can't find any answers. The relationship is not yoked at all. Right? That would be a decision beforehand that you could make, right? Don't be unequally yoked with unbelievers. But now you're in it. And I am a big advocate of, like, if you are the believer, you don't get to quit. Period.
Yep.
Like, you don't get to quit. They can quit, but you can't.
Yeah.
You have to stop looking at her. Stop trying to transform her. Stop trying to make her see what you see. Just focus on Yah and you and transformation in your own life, and it will probably overflow.
I'm going to give you, what's that one?
Link
1111. I want you to study something. I want you to study a biblical marriage. I want you to study what that is, what it means, because our Western mindset of how we think that it is not biblical. The biblical marriage is one way, and once you realize what the Father expects from his people, and what you signed up for, you're going to realize that you have to honor, even if you didn't know what you were doing when you got into it, or you didn't think it was going to go that way, you have to honor what the Father has done, which has brought two together. And stop fighting it. Stop looking for a way out. Stop being bitter, and continue on. And if you continue to walk in his ways, that light is going to spread, or it's going to push somebody away and they'll leave you. Just walk and be loving and patient and kind and enduring. And I know that's a tall order, but that's what we're supposed to be doing.
And remember that everybody is doing the best they can with what they know, right? So she doesn't know yet. So trying to make her submit to something she doesn't know is just different. It's weird, right? But like, if she knows, like if she can see it in you, this is both ways, right? I counsel a lot of women when it comes to marriage stuff, right? And it's always like, but he's doing this, but how can I trust him? How can I do this if he's doing this? And the advice they will always get from me is stop focusing on him. And it's the same here. Stop focusing on her and her walk. Focus on you and your walk. Focus on your transformation. Make boundaries. If you're like, I don't want pork. Like, that's what he did to me. He's like, I don't want pork in the house. And I was like, that's the Old Testament. And then he said, prove it. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I went and found out pork isn't supposed to be eaten. But anyways, my point is like, he makes the calls for the household, right? She could throw a fit all she wants. But like, if you are setting boundaries for your own house that you're the covering for.
Yeah, let me explain it. So one of the things she's trying to get to right now is that in a marriage, the man he's required to provide a covering. And when you provide a covering for your spouse, for your wife, she's your rib. If you don't provide a covering, and a covering is expanded upon a whole bunch, it's minimal stuff, shelter, food, water, security, like the regular things, right? And then also a spiritual covering, which is one of the most important things that you can do. Because at the end of an age in a marriage with a wife and kids, if they mess up, I am judged for it. If I lead them astray or I don't lead them, I'm judged for it.
And I would also ask how long have you been, like, because you keep talking about she doesn't want to submit to God's commandments. So how long have you been, like, wanting to keep the commandments? Because there is when you're in the newer part of it, there is, like, this real, like, intensity that can come across, like, really, really harsh, right? Like, we call it Torah terrorism. So, if you come in really harsh, it's like eventually it'll balance out. The more you work with Yah, the more He transforms your heart, the softer and the more understanding you'll have, the more, like, knowledge you'll have, the more you'll be able to, like, the more humility, the more, like, your arrogance and pride, not you specifically, but just in general, like, it'll all start softening as He starts softening your heart, and that will make the abrasiveness of everything not so strong.
What's up, Bobby?
Do you
Yeah.
think God intended for the government to get involved with marriages, like marriage license and contract? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, if she's a Satanist, she'll leave for
It's
sure.
just they just try to get some money out of the license, and then get some money out of the taxes. That's why they're involved.
Yeah, I don't think people. Yeah.
You don't need any of that stuff to be married.
You don't have to make her submit. She doesn't believe in headship, is the thing. You cannot beat her into submission because you believe that there's headship, and she does not. If she's not wanting to walk in God's way, she doesn't understand any of that yet. She's still very much in a worldly mindset. So it's not like you could just, like, to me, I have respect for my husband. If he makes a call, I will do it. Sometimes I will argue and and I don't understand. Please tell me more because I am having a hard time with this. But I promise you that was not the way it was.
So
the way that it was when I was in the world was just like, I don't give a crap what you say. Like, you don't own me.
So
right?
Not as tactical as your friend. Here's the deal, bro.
The whole Bible.
Yeah. So the first 5 books of the Bible spell out what the laws are. You have to go through there and understand them. And then in the New Testament, you're going to find some stuff that is expanded upon that's in the Old Testament. But you don't even know it came out of the Old Testament unless you've read it. So the first 5 books of the Bible are where you find the parameters, the rules, the instructions that the Father gave to His people, so that you know which boundaries to operate within that are accepted by Him, and then you kind of know what you should do and not do, because it's pretty easy to see. The ones that apply to you, there's probably, out of the 613 laws, there's probably 30% of those that are just for Levite priests and temple stuff. So that's not really a big thing. But there's a bunch that is really simple. There's some for farmers, there's some for women, there's some for kids. So, like, if you're not those things, then they don't apply to you either. So you probably end up with maybe 180 or something like that for dudes, maybe less. But that's nothing compared to the penal code just in your county that you live in.
Also, Link, it says that a lot of women do not respect their husbands. This is, honestly, this is so back and forth. The husbands are always going to say, but the wife doesn't show me respect. And then the wife is going to say, but the husband hasn't earned my respect, right? And it really is going to come from you doing your own work to grow into a respectable husband, and her learning to trust you and respect you even if she doesn't. But that has to come from your own walk, and if she's not on a walk yet, then you are responsible for your walk. Keep growing, keep changing, be the light of Yeshua, because what you want her to do is actually come to Yeshua, right? Like,
I'm so
That's
glad
the
these
goal.
guys said that because there's probably 1,000 commandments in the New Testament. I was waiting for somebody to say it. So another one of the cool things is too, is that the 10 Commandments are really they're like an overview of the Torah, and that really will sum up most of them. But the masterly detail is found by reading, and as you read it and understand it, you're convicted. Then you start to apply that and walk it out to the best of your ability, and that's what the Father wants. He wants you to feel it and go, "Oh, I should be doing this," or "Oh, I need to stop doing this," and then act accordingly, because that's really the heart condition that He's looking for.
And it doesn't matter. It's like, oh well, how do I? May I ask the wife regarding her rebellion back when? Would you say this is due to social indoctrination in our society over decades of subliminal messaging?
It's just the world, man.
No,
it's just the world.
100%.
The whole world's bad,
My
man.
mom was pretty much abandoned by all the dudes. Everybody, you know. So I grew up. My mom was
Single
very
parent.
strong single mother, right? And I learned how to never trust a man because they were always gonna leave you hanging. So I was very, very independent. I was very, very strong-willed. I was like down to share a life with you, but like I'm not doing whatever you say. I do believe absolutely that it was like if it doesn't work out, we could just get a divorce, right? Like if like I couldn't trust him until the Father softened my heart. Somebody asked me one time, "Do you trust your husband?" And I said, "No, not at all. But I trust the Father with my husband." He was like, "Right, you need to trust your husband." And I couldn't really understand what that meant because I was very much in a worldly mindset. And only in the last few years did I realize that I can't just in my own willpower trust my husband. The Father had to transform my heart towards my husband. The Father had to work on me and show me where I would get turned into a cold biatch and just totally shut him out and like not care what he was doing. Not like I would not talk to him. I was okay. The Father had to reveal all the things that I was doing to me. He couldn't have done that. People couldn't have done that. It had to come from a transformation inside of me, between me and Yah. And that's why I'm saying, like, be a light for her, encourage her to grow, encourage her to like come to Yeshua if she doesn't know him. But don't try to force her into, I mean, obviously set boundaries for your household. Like I like what Chicken Farmer Plus said up here. Hold on. Where is it? He said something about, I told my family I run this shit. If you don't like it, you can get off or whatever. And he's like, nobody's left yet. If you don't,
What's up, David Barnes?
If she's miserable, she can leave. If she hasn't left yet, to me that means there's still hope for you to be a light for her. So keep learning how to be a better man. And
Not demon confessed. You can just be in your flesh and be a pile of crap.
Yeah, worldly. I was just being in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, Journey of John?
Talking to somebody about the Bible. And like even when we were regular Christians, I didn't quite get the like respect your husband, like stuff, headship. I didn't really understand it. It wasn't until we came to Torah that I really started understanding why there were certain ways that the marriage was supposed to go, and I learned how to like fall into it, I guess, and it works way better that way. But you know, at this point, what warnings would you give to women regarding rebellion towards her husband, or do you think it would matter at this point?
It doesn't matter.
I do have advice. I would say,
okay, send it.
Work on your own stuff. To everybody, work on your own stuff. Don't look at the other person, because there's always going to be stuff inside of us. The more God transforms us, the more like him we will be, and the more the people will either love
in your eye,
run away.
Speck in your eye, or log in your eye, right? Plank, speck, splinter, whatever. Like, what's this one?
I've noticed in salvation, I've repented to many people, and the amount of forgiveness I've received is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I've actually, well, side note, I'm learning about forgiveness right now. And I do, you know, in AA, they make you do like the whatever. What is it? 9th step? 5th step? No,
Well,
9th step.
Ninth step is going to making
Yeah.
amends to people.
But like when I was in that, I didn't really understand really what I was doing. You know what I mean? So now that I'm learning about forgiveness in a biblical sense with a heart forgiveness, not just a mind forgiveness,
Yeah.
I feel like there's some things I definitely need to like reapproach. And I do honestly, I'm convinced that the forgiveness
12 steps. 6 is amends. No, 6 is not amends.
6 is your character defects.
Yeah, and
7
shortcomings.
is praying for God to remove the defects. 8 is making a list. 9
9
is
is
making amends.
yeah.
I am on a journey right now of forgiveness where I am convinced that a lot of my physical issues are because my body has stored unforgiveness. So, forgiving in your brain is totally different than forgiving in your heart. Just like believing in Yeshua with your brain is totally different than believing in him with your heart. So now God's working on my heart when it comes to forgiveness, not just my mind. But I'm convinced that there's going to be quite a few of these physical ailments that will be removed after this journey of forgiveness is finished. I don't know if it'll be finished, but you know.
It's a lifelong process, man.
Shelly is. My marriage worked because I refused to fight when she wanted to fight or call me names. I say, if all you want to do is fight and call me names, we could talk when you want to have a productive combo. Then I went to bed. Yeah. We used to love to fight. We didn't love it. We hated it, but it was like our natural state.
We would fight.
At one point, I showed up, I think, with a bat and was like, if you want to fight, then if that's how you communicate, then I'll freaking fight you. Like, I don't know. We was crazy, man. But I'm like, men have this weird thing, like they fight and then they like have respect for each other and they can, you know, like if they have a disagreement, they just fight it out and everything's okay. So I'm like, if that's what we need to do, I'm down. Yeah, 9 is making amends.
Mm-hmm.
My best friend disowned me completely for my beliefs, broke my heart, and was incredibly hard to forgive. I just kept praying for him until one day I noticed Yah took that pain away. Yeah. Well, I think the thing he's showing me right now is that everybody, like, when the Bible says it's not flesh and blood, but it's spiritual, like, I feel like the Father's revealing that to me, where people, this kid who's had these issues since they were little, they just started sinning as a baby? No, they were born into spiritual stuff that had been passed down from generations to generations. You know what I mean? They're like, somebody steps in, claims Yeshua, heals so that it doesn't pass down to their kids. People are not taught the right way to heal, right? People are not taught how to walk with Yah. It's a godless world. People are literally doing the best that they can with what they know and what they've been through and what they've experienced. That's why there's different political beliefs, right? Because these people have these experiences over here, but these people have these experiences over here. So their perception of things is completely different. Everybody's doing the best they can, and it's a spiritual battle. Like, it's not the people. Like, there's people that, you know, even for me, I wasn't an evil person. I don't think, like, in my heart.
I was evil.
I was doing wrong and hurting people because I was doing my best to try and cope. I was trying to cope, right? I didn't know any better. I didn't know what the option was to get out of it. I didn't even know that the option to get out of it existed. And then there's a lot of people who know that the option is out there, but they can't see it because their perception is different from yours.
Mm-hmm.
Did you catch my question about social media? At some point, a lot of people put their nose in everyone's business, and outside influence made it worse with the addition of new
Social media is garbage.
I deleted it all from my phone. I use it on my desktop now only for work stuff, but
It's a psyop.
nope, it is the most. It's the smartest thing that Satan could do. Is all I'm saying. Everything's a devil. That's the period of life I'm in right now. Everything's a devil to you, mama. Like, my kids are just gonna be like, devil. Yep. Right, but we are on here
Yeah.
talking Bible stuff and trying to help people. We are not on here
I
watching
mean, like
everybody.
Twitter and Twitch and all the
Facebook,
other Facebook,
Instagram, TikTok.
yeah, all that crap. That's nothing, man. That's
I also deleted
kind of a
YouTube.
different thing.
I deleted YouTube from my phone though too. I don't want to know what the world has. I don't want to know all the knowledge that the world has to offer. I think it's dangerous. I think we're supposed to live very simple-minded in the word of Yah.
Yeah.
Because we could even be led into some weird stuff on YouTube's. You know what I mean? Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a version of truth that they can spew out, and it makes it make sense. They're going to prove it somehow. To me, I just want God's truth. I'm going to get it in the Word and avoid all the things. And it's been very peaceful.
What's up, Ritalin?
It's been very, very peaceful since I got off of there. All I'm saying. I've been reading my Bible, been hanging out with the kids, the house has been clean. I haven't been like stressed out or afraid or like, I just read, dude. I just hang out. I'm a human and it makes me feel happy. I had to stop blaming the devil when I realized I opened the door. My point is trying to get everybody to recognize
your face.
the doors. I want my kids to recognize the doors. Like when my daughter says she wants me to play this Billie Eilish song, and I'm like, no. Because I personally have been taken into dark places by listening to her. So being you return back in sync with your husband, do you still have moments reversing back, or have you found a way to block her?
We're human.
The other
Yes,
one
we fall short.
that you used to be. I mean, what happens is the fights are way less, the repentance is way quicker. The intensity of the argument is way, like, because we have the same manual, so we can both stop and be like, whoa, okay, my bad. You know what I mean? Like, we can recognize. So even if we do still
Recognize
say
game.
things, we recognize what we said or how we said it or our intentions or whatever, and then we can immediately it would be like weeks.
Hold on.
It would be months or weeks before we would be on talking terms. Right now, it's like we get 2 hours if we're really, really mad. It's
Yeah.
like a big deal. It's like an hour or two.
Yeah. What's that question?
When Adam ate the apple, he opened his brain to knowledge of good and evil. So is mushroom taking? Wait. So is mushroom taking is an extra step with opening your mind.
So listen. Psychedelics will open you up to a spiritual realm that you're not supposed to be in, buddy.
So we'll
There's
sleep
a reason.
deprivation.
There's a reason that there's a veil.
Mm-hmm.
And your little human being with the spirit in it can't handle that shiznat. So you will
Not yet, anyways. I do think we
will
will be
be-
all clear. We will see. I think that veil will be removed eventually. We will see all the things. But for now, we're not supposed to.
Yeah.
How do songs open doors? Influence? It's either the lyrics or it is some people actually will to me, listen, a lot of people are just straight sold out to the devil, right?
Yep.
100%. I will not participate in that. If they are openly submitted to the devil for their fame, they have literally sold out to be famous. They have sold their soul to be famous. I will not listen to it. There's other bands or whatever that
What's up, Okie?
bless their music in the demonic. So people that listen to it have had this prayer over them in the demonic, right? So I don't, you can feel it. To me, you can feel it. And my kids can feel it. There's songs that come on and the kids are like, I don't like this one, turn it off. Why? And I'm like, why? It's a good song. And they're like, no, this is weird. And it's like, okay, I'm going to trust their discernment, right? Because my faith has to be like the faith of a child. So if they can feel it, they're probably a little more sensitive to it than I am.
Mm-hmm.
It's all, yeah, and I think that's another thing is I was getting songs, I'd have songs stuck in my head. What's that one song by, I don't know, Korn or Slipknot, Adidas? I would wake up in the morning and that would just be playing in my head. And I'm like, this is such a terrible song. They get stuck in your head. And my kids would walk around singing it. And I'm like, I'm not having you claiming any of this stuff over your own life. You know what I mean? We need to be careful what you are saying and listening to. Your eyes are the lamp to your body. If your eyes are healthy, your body's full of light. If your eyes are sick, your body's full of darkness. Okay, so I'm assuming it's the same with your ears. We've got lots of stuff going on in the spiritual. Where did it go?
What about Rhinestone Cowboy? Word. That was really good tasting burp. I know that's weird to say, but
And honestly, when I say like open the door, no, Taylor Swift is a big no.
come
When
on,
I say
man.
open
Obviously.
doors, to me, it's like, so for example, I love music. I've always loved music. I would listen, like Deftones was like my ride or die my whole life. No matter where I was at, Deftones was always there as my like support, right?
And
then
let's play some music and get a
and
copyright
then-
strike.
I realized I would fall into this dark place, Deftones would reappear, and then it would be really hard to climb out of the dark place. And then a couple times I caught myself going to run to Deftones, and I was able to like not, because it takes me so dark, right? It takes me down so far. And then one day I was feeling fine and I started listening to Deftones, and it planted the seed, and it just started growing and growing until I felt like I was separated from God. I couldn't pray, I couldn't read, nothing was making sense. And I was good when I heard it. It literally took me from good and separated me until I realized that like I have to completely remove Deftones in my whole, like, that changes. That's literally that's my song. But I felt the pull, right? If it doesn't draw me closer to God, it's separating me from God. So I had to stop. I had to stop playing with that type of, because I don't practice witchcraft. Can't get me there. I typically don't watch stuff on the shows that are witchcraft or whatever, right? Like, you can't get me there. I don't use drugs, can't get me there. But music is my thorn in my flesh, because my flesh loves the music so much. Like, I love Billie Eilish's voice. I love the way that Deftones makes my flesh feel. But my flesh has to be in submission, and it can't. And that will just take me farther and farther. Let's see. Sorry, I'm talking a lot.
A lot.
Ben Nevermind said crazy earthquake stream worldwide last week. Been waking up to praise songs with hallelujah in them.
Oh, dude, I've been waking up to praise music too, man. It was running in my head all day for like a week straight. Trippy. All right. Word.
Are you going to talk then?
I am going to
Because
talk.
I can't do the silence.
I am going to talk. You can do the silence. Be patient.
Well, if I'm going to do the silence, I'd rather just do the silence in my bed. Not on the camera.
Read the Bible. Read that one, please.
What?
That one there. What
What's the song?
is it? Oh.
Jesus paid it all to him I owe. Sin had left a crimson stain, he washed it white as snow. I did, yeah, Jonathan, I have got a lot of, what is it? There's one, Bloodlines. I found a lot of different genres of music in Christian versions. Like, I found some, like, awesome, hardcore, like, Christian rappers, and their freaking lyrics are, like, every time you hear it, you're like, dang! But I got all the moods, because I have different music needs for different moods, so I've had to expand my genres of Christian music.
Yeah. Hi. I love you so much. What is this? Is that bread?
No, it is spray foam or whatever
Spray foam.
from the shed.
All right then, Wyatt. Shabbat shalom.
Whew.
Just waiting. If you got a question, put it on all caps.
As for the younger generation that's getting programming as we speak, is there hope at all, or do you feel they will wake up?
There's always hope.
Or do you feel they will have to wake up within their own breaking out of it? I hope that parents,
The Father will call them out.
I hope that parents wake up and make a change and protect their children. I hope that families that are surrounding the children wake up and help the children. I hope that children at their school come to their own understanding and teach it. I hope that somehow all the children will be, I mean, we homeschool. We're not putting them in school. Most of the people we hang out with are also homeschooled, or at least, Torah observant. But like my kids don't get to watch certain things, they don't get to listen to certain things, and that's because I see where it took me, and I'm not gonna let them fall into it.
Mm-hmm.
We music lovers need music with a great beat, great lyrics, and fantastic riffs. What I can't stand is named by Namby-Pamby Christian Church music. Too hypocritical for me. Honestly, there's some days where I need that like slower dramatics, like just being intentionally there with the Father and remembering who He is and what He's done, and like I need that. And then like just cleaning my house, I need it to not make me feel like I'm gonna fall asleep. You know what I mean?
I like me some techno house music.
I need like depth. I need like a depth in the music. It needs to not be dry.
Like blues?
And depth to me can be bass, drums, guitar, or piano. But like there's certain songs that just the piano itself like is enough. You know what I mean? I did start learning to play the keyboard. I can play what's it called? Happy Birthday with 2 hands, okay?
With 2 hands.
And I'm learning to read the sheet music, except for the sheet music I'm using to learn to play Happy Birthday has the letters in the notes. So it's kind of a cheat. Oh!
Slow in the chat tonight,
Wait.
right?
I'm going to show
The chat's very slow tonight.
Can I show them since it's not copyrightable?
Goodness, no. That's...
It's so slow. I really
No.
was trying though, okay? I just know that if we don't have internet or power, how are we gonna have music? I love singing. I'm limited on what I can do because I don't play an instrument.
Hold on, there's great questions on here in all
And
caps.
my kids need to learn instruments, but I should probably learn too so I could teach them. So we're all gonna learn. I'm gonna learn to read sheet music, I'm gonna
Hey.
learn the keys, and then we're
Hey,
gonna
listen,
learn the guitar.
there's some stuff here that we need to address. So, what's that one say? Just read it out loud for me. 'Cause I can't keep up with...
that I'm having multiple dreams every week, but each is a different location. Like it happens all at once everywhere. Power out, an explosion, gas line, secondary explosions, way out.
Okay, trippy. And then...
I just read the Acts of the Apostles for my channel. I'll put it up tomorrow. Awesome.
Okay,
How do I try to walk my walk as best I can without crossing lines to be legalistic? Heart condition.
Yeah, heart condition is the simple answer.
Love. Love and heart condition. If you're doing it because you love Yah and you trust Him, it's good enough.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing it to be holier than thou, or, if it turns into judgment or whatever, then that's wrong. Amazes me seeing parents...
How do we define Babylon? Dude, that's so debatable. It's so debatable. I used to think it was America, but probably not. It might be just like the whole world, to be honest with you.
Amazes me seeing parents in car blaring dirty rap with small kids in the back singing the bad words. The rap nowadays is horrible. Dude, I have a friend from California, and every once in a while, I'll get on her like TikTok, and it's her and her daughter, and they're cussing and flipping off. Her daughter's like 5 or something, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I probably thought that would I would have thought that was so funny back in the day. You know what I mean? And
We're
it's just
on
terrible.
Friday nights. Friday nights is when we're on.
You know what? Where did it go? Oh man, where did it go? Oh, Dan. Marty Goetz. Piano praying is really good. I think it's called Dappy T Keys or something. and it's a piano it's a piano artist that I will often, like, if I can't pray with words in the background, I'll pray with that one on. Did y'all ever listen to the email with all the music links I sent months ago? Don't even know what you're talking about.
I do.
It was probably sent to his email.
Yeah. Be honest with you, dude, I've totally forgot until right now. I'm sorry.
Is it still in there somewhere?
I'm sure it is.
Okay, so we'll be able to find it. Are you too aware of the companion robots Japan are making en masse and what and whom they are targeting? If you do not know of this, please research as soon. It's not a joke. No, it doesn't.
It's been going on for years.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's going to get all bad. Remember, there's nothing between B and C, and E and F. Okay. So, okay.
Okay, scroll down.
Piano versions of the 70s. Versions of rock songs are my new thing. I've been teaching myself to play piano from the Piano Kings, of course. See, I feel like, doesn't that cost money? I just don't want to pay money. What's funny is my 8-year-old
Goes way down to the bottom.
Wait, he just watches. We're not in a hurry. We can go through these all. We don't have to rush through them.
I've already been through all those.
I know, but we're okay. I'm not responding to anything. We're just scrolling all the way to down. Everybody's getting skipped.
Not everybody's getting skipped. We already went through all that. We
didn't.
actually talked about it on screen. Yes, we did. So now we're here in the right there. That's where we're at.
If Israel is scattered among the nations, Babylon is everywhere.
Yeah. Because that was the same answer that I pretty much said earlier.
What time do you start? It changes every week.
Central, but it's anytime between 5:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Time.
We talk about Bible stuff and just learning to operate life in a Bible mindset and stuff.
I can't read it on here, so I need to read it on yours.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Okay.
What? What is your
I'm
problem?
just trying to get back up here. There's so much that I missed.
Some of it's just talking amongst the people in the chat.
Yep. Let me see.
I look like a cool dude, okay? That's what's new in the chat. Tricked you.
Sorry, I don't see. I only am aware of it after.
Yeah, but you're aware. What's a TV? Okay.
What's that? There we go.
Yep. Caught up?
Ow. Sorry, we were catching up, y'all. Now it's just been quiet.
Yeah, but the chat's really slow tonight compared to what it normally is.
Work at this time as a microcosm of the world. 2 newer people were drawn to me, both of them Christian. 2 people gossip, lie, etc. about us. I believe those 2 to be influenced by demons. That's possible, man. I mean, Yeshua told Peter, "Get behind me, Satan." You know what I mean? You don't have your mindset on the things of God.
So,
Do you think we have old philosophers? We give too much. Do you think we give old philosophers too much credit, like Isaac Newton, an object of motion stays in motion?
yes.
Duh.
So there's a question down here from Dan, I think, maybe.
No?
Oh, wait, Jonathan.
In your opinion, how does one practically put on the full armor of Yah? Curious your answers.
I mean, like, what does it say it is? Right? It's like the helmet, the
Of
breastplate,
salvation.
the belt of righteousness, the sandals of the good news. Like that, there's just so much to it. So,
Panicking.
what are you looking for? Your
My
Bible?
therapist. I found
Oh.
them. Everything's fine.
So, you would have to study those. I mean, I don't know that I could probably just
I mean,
wing it. It's
we could open
it's
it
about
up, though.
it's about the practice.
Let's open it up.
Yeah, but it's about the practice of what they're talking about. They are. So it's like walking in truth is really what it is. It's like walking in truth, walking in faith, walking in righteousness, fighting in the spiritual battles, like understanding that there's good news to be shared about Messiah's coming,
So,
about his coming and his second coming. There's a lot. Go ahead.
our struggle is not against flesh and blood, right? It says, put on the full armor of God so that you are able to stand against the schemes of the devil. So this is going to be how you protect yourself from the schemes of the devil.
But what are the schemes? Go ahead.
Buckle the belt of truth around your waist.
Mm-hmm.
So what's truth?
His word is truth.
The word is truth. So make sure you know truth, because that's how Yeshua and what was it? There's somebody else. So they were fighting. They were battling scripture. Satan was giving them twisted scripture, right?
Yeah.
The way that you recognize the twisted scripture is by knowing the truth.
Yeah. Okay. Keep reading. I love it.
Let's see.
This is a good one. What's up, Jimmy
Put
Carr?
on the breastplate of righteousness.
What is righteousness?
Blamelessly walking in the commands.
Aha. Okay. Next.
So again, truth, commands, the word, righteousness, the word. Strap your feet in readiness with the good news of peace. What does that mean? The gospel of peace?
Yeah, pretty much.
So does that mean be ready at any... Oh. Maybe it's like...
It's about
we have to know what...
Walking in peace and love.
Be confident in the message. Be confident in the gospel, so that you're not easily... Like, your faith doesn't get taken away when somebody tries to say something to you. Your faith is still strong.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Confidence in the gospel, I guess.
Yep.
Take up the shield of faith, so which you will be able to extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one.
So if you have faith, when the enemy starts lying and sending all these lies, or all these things from the world start like trying to beat you down and take your hope and make you feel, like you're overwhelmed, like you got the shield of faith, like that he is with you and that he loves you and that he's gonna steward you through this.
And
right?
this happened to me literally the other day. I had this person that was almost like you could tell it was Satan was using her to hit on every single trigger I have. And it started putting all these like thoughts in my brain, like, oh, well, that's a really, what about this? What about this? And then it was like, I experienced him. I know for a fact that he is real. I don't need to understand what she's asking. I don't need any of this to believe in him. Like, I know him. I know he's real. He's been there, right? So, like...
Buy sober party.
Not being easily swayed to leave. Like the sower. Parable of the sower.
Yeah. I gotta go. Potty.
Pray... Take the helmet of salvation. So, protect your noggin with salvation, right? Which... What does that mean? Like, maybe just the beating down of who you were and what you've done, and knowing like that he's forgiven you. You know what I mean? Like knowing his strength in you, being confident in his power through you. I mean, if you guys have ideas, totally put them in there too. This one's my favorite though. Where'd it go? And the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. So you could like block him, right? But like if you want to actually fight back, if you want to like actually battle, you battle with truth. Because it says that Satan, there is no truth in him, and he's been a liar from the beginning, right? So he's not coming with truth, he's coming with twisted versions of truth to try and lead people astray. Pray in the Spirit on every occasion with all kinds of prayers and requests. With this in mind, keep alert with perseverance and supplication for all the priests. I don't know, Kiddushim. I don't know what that means. So, anyways, definitely, you know, like, it's like being confident in all of his promises, right? Knowing his word, being in the word, doing it. Because the more you know his word, the more you recognize when there's some BS afoot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Sober Party said 4%. Gonna resend the email.
I said
Okay.
bye already.
Well. Are you two high school sweethearts or met much later? You two remind me of Roseanne and Dan, but the wife is split between Darlene and Roseanne. Very religious versions of them. Technically, we were almost. I was almost in high school.
You were in college. Well, that's not almost high school.
I mean, we met when I was in high school.
Yeah, maybe even before that. Oh no, high school probably.
Yeah. But we didn't get together till I was older.
21.
Mm-hmm. And we started pooping babies out.
That's not how they come out, dude.
Let me see. The armor is already on you. The sword is the Bible. I feel like that's like it's really hard to like explain, because to me all of these things are natural. They naturally form as you seek him, right? Like, he naturally gives you the fruits of the Spirit, the gifts of the Spirit. It's not that our flesh is somehow able to submit to God's ways. It's that his Spirit is inside of us. You know, so when some people like
I gotta bring it in because I can't read that far away.
Some people
and you're
try
not on where I'm at.
I'm right here at the bottom. Some people
Now
try
you
to
are.
do the Bible things in their flesh, but what they're missing is your flesh can't. It's not your flesh. It's literally his Spirit inside of us transforming us.
Heart posture.
I still smoke cigarettes, but I know I shouldn't. How to gain self-control over it is nagging me. You know what? I feel like every time I drew closer to God, he would ultimately convict me of the cigarettes, and then eventually there would come a day where I would just be like, okay, well, I guess we're done. Like, it was like when he prepares us to move, and then we're like waiting, and then all of a sudden he's like, okay, go.
Yeah.
It's like he prepared my heart that we were going to quit, and then there was a time where it's like, okay, we're done. And then it was like, oh, okay, I felt like he had, like, taken it. And then eventually I went back to it because my walk would lighten up. I'd get distracted in the world. And then his Spirit wouldn't be as strong in me. And then I would go back and I would be on the cigarettes again. And then I would get back to him. And then I would get away from him again. I definitely use these guys, though.
But, you know, you get stuck on these things just like you would cigarettes, but you won't smell as bad, I guess.
But to me, it's more about your lungs. Like, your lungs are so important for your whole body. Everything needs oxygen. And not only are we like these, we're swallowing them. We're digesting them. They're going into our digestive tract.
And
it's not that big of a deal.
There's no tobacco in there.
But it's the smoke inhalation going into your lungs that causes a problem and causes your lungs to not be able to purify properly, which can affect your blood, your heart, your brain, all the things. So to me, it really comes down to, it's like, to me, cigarettes are in the same class as eating right. It's like, our body's the temple. We should take care of it. Yes, but I still eat chicken nuggets. Right? I want to get better. I want my body to be healthier. I want to let my body function the way it's supposed to. But that doesn't mean I'm just going to stop everything and be all healthy. I tried that a million times. It doesn't work. So I am much better at, like, we stopped using vegetable oil. And we use only olive oil or butter. I stopped buying table salt. And I use only sea salt, right? Like, little changes over time that are permanent rather than trying to change a bunch of stuff all at once. And then, you know, yeah. When I don't know what to pray, I start giving thanks when Yah saved me and all the things he's done since in Yeshua's name. That usually leads to me to specific prayers for others.
Yeah.
I have prayed to get beef back, and Yah let me eat beef again. I had alpha-gal, allergy to beef and other mammals. Prayed I won't eat unclean. Please, may I have my beef back. Yeah, that's friggin' awesome.
Nice.
Said Yah answered my prayer within a week. That's amazing. We know quite a few people with alpha-gal.
We do.
Lighting something on fire and inhaling it isn't good for you, right? Like, we can feel when we smoke the house out with, like, olive oil, right? We can feel that it's, like, burning. But then we, like, purposely go and smoke. The vaping was hard for me because the vaping was... It's, like, literally inhaling liquid chemicals all the time. And it was so convenient. I could vape in my bed. I could go sneak into a bathroom at a restaurant and vape in the bath. Like, I could vape everywhere. So I was always with it. I literally had it in my hand all the time. So trying to quit that was a lot harder than quitting smoking for me. But I do believe that my connection with Yah, like, if I try to quit in my own willpower, it doesn't work. If I draw closer to him, he inevitably will start convicting me of it again, and then eventually it'll be time.
Can you go check on the dogs? They've been barking for a minute.
Well, the problem is that new dog out there barks at a car that he can hear down the road driving towards this way.
We go tell the dogs to shut up then? Double Blessing Homestead. Yep. Oh. Man, I had a long week this week. I am smoked. I don't know if you guys can tell by the way I look, but I'm super tired. I did a lot of stuff this week. A lot of stuff. I did training, priming, building, roofing, moving trailers, multiple trailers. Yeah, I'm smoked. And then, yeah.
That was valid. That was valid barking.
It was valid?
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
A truck driving by, blasting loud music with people woo out the window, and, like, I don't know, it sounded like maybe dragging cans behind them or something.
Did you return fire or?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we're gonna dip off of here, dude, because I'm smoke-oled.
Freaking Newports, dude.
I used to smoke them new pimps.
I feel like if somebody tells me the type of cigarettes that they smoked, I feel like it, to me, helps me to process who they were.
Yeah. I think we're gonna get off of here. Shalom Alanch. Yeah. We'll catch you guys next week. It was a pretty peaceful night tonight. It was very slow in the chat. Not bad. I like it. This was really.
We barely
this
talked
was
about
good.
Torah stuff, though. It was mostly just faith stuff. So.
And life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's it,
Do you
man.
too see a rise in more people getting married or still on a decline? This is for our society. I
Don't pay attention to it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Let's see.
We'll say night, y'all.
Yeah.
We're gonna get our Shabbat on. Virginia Slims. Oh my gosh.
Gross. Vagina slimes. All right. So, Shabbat Shalom, guys. We'll catch you guys next week.
Bye.